So this is part 2 of the Sunrise Mimosa soap. A quick recap, we did all our layers, red, orange, and yellow. And now we're finishing off our yellow part. So in this video, we're just going to go into how we're going to do our details for the top of the soap. So as I'm going through my orange container where I have my orange soap base. And we're just scooping out any little piece we can left over because I do not like to waste any soap. So I'm just trying to spread it out a little bit. As you can see, it's not that much that was left to put in there, but I tried my darndest. And then I looked over and I found my skewer and I started kind of blend it in a little bit. Not trying to do too much of a design, but just trying to get it to spread out, but I didn't want it to be like a smear. You understand what I'm saying? Like a smear of peanut butter. That wouldn't look too pretty. As you can see, I move a little bit here, a little bit there, and then I was like, you know what? I actually have a little bit left in the actual base container that's uncolored. So I'm going to show you that here. It's a little bit more, but I should have made sure when I was pouring into each of my containers that I got everything. But as you can see, there's a little bit left of the unscented and uncolored soap batter. So all I did was move the white soap base that was left on the red container into the orange container to see if I can get a little lighter orange hue, but it still came out kind of creamy white. So what I'm doing is just drizzling it all over the soap so that every part gets it and it's not just concentrated in one area. It also reminds me of the foam that you get when you're pouring champagne into a glass. So this kind of going to work in my favor. Now we're going to grab that same skewer and move the white soap base around to have more of a marble effect, as you can see. It's not a certain pattern, just kind of moved it around. And I was letting the soap talk to me and see if I was liking the path that it was sending me down. But something told me it needs a little bit more. It's not a Soaptistic soap. So I was like, this bad boy needs something. And I was like, I got it. It needs some texture. So I'm just taking the back of the spoon and kind of mounding it up a little bit. So when I'm adding the next step, if you watch the other part of the videos, you guys can remember I made some embeds. And we're going to mound it up so that we have a foundation for the embeds to sit in without doing a soap frosting. I used to do a lot of soap frosting when I was making soaps, but I'm trying to pull out of doing it. But if y'all want to see me do some more soaps with soap frosting, let me know. But yeah, so I have these embeds we made a couple weeks ago before we started making the actual soap-based layers. And we have our oranges and our cherries. And I add a little bit of mica on top of it. The mica I use to make it have that iridescent shimmer on it is the Phyllis Diller by Mad Micas. Um, so right now, I'm normally just putting them into their desired spots. If you're doing this yourself, it's probably best for you to pre-mark the wood part of your molds, but I did not do this. I kind of just let my hands and my emotions dictate where I should put things sometimes. And some people might say, that's crazy, but that's how I flow. So I'm just going through one by one, alternating which item I should put in. Um, just making sure that it makes sense to me. That's when the creative part comes in. We did everything by the book, it would be very, very boring. And my soap will look like everybody else, and that's not what I'm trying to do. um, so right here I made a little mistake, but I was able to fix it and rotate it the right way in my eyes. I mean, I could have left it either way. Like I said, following the rules when it comes to being creative is boring. So I'm just remounting it to make sure it has secure position, adding some cherries. And sometimes within the artistic format, you kind of second guess yourself. So I'm looking at it like, okay, should I add more? I don't want to waste anything. And I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and add some more cherries. I think this makes it stick out a little bit more. So I'm just going back in, and after every one cherry, I add another one next to it. Kind of making each little area of soap look like its own personal drink. And I think I made a good decision. So we're going to add a little of the alcohol spritz. So we do not have that soda ash on there. And we are all done with this soap. So here's a quick close-up. And behold, the Sunrise Mimosa Soap by Soaptistic. Once this baby's done curing, you can buy your bar. Make sure you like, subscribe, Soaptistic.